I'd just like to wish a happy new year to the community of friends and colleagues that I've built up over the years online, whether on Twitter X or on my blogging platform on Substack, and just offer a very brief reflection on the new year and what it has in store for us. This could have been a reflection on the big picture, geopolitics, or the future of freedom in Europe and the United States. But I actually thought I'd bring it down to something a bit more personal this time, something that does not go viral, something that does not lend itself to sensationalism, which is turning inward. Because a lot of us spend quite a bit of time, I think, in social media and perhaps chasing after various different stories and big picture narratives about freedom, for example, and freedom of speech. But really, it occurs to me that the most important expression of freedom is freedom on the inside and freedom in the most intimate sphere of the household and with our friends, family, and loved ones. And in that regard, I would just say that if we're not taking care of ourselves, if we're not cultivating spaces of freedom and reflection on the inside, if we're not taking time outs from our busy lives, if we're not switching off Twitter from time to time, if we're not having time offline, quality time offline, I think that our lives are kind of going off the rails in a sense. Even if it's in a not a very dramatic way, it might be in a kind of a drip way. But I guess I've come to the conclusion that we should beware of feeding feelings and thoughts of indignation excessively, because there's so many things to be indignant about in the world, and to turn inward in a sense, towards our own soul, towards our own spirit, and towards our own family and loved ones and friends, and see how we're doing there. And it seems to me that if we're living a rich and meaningful life in those areas of our lives, and if we're taking care of ourselves, both in terms of physical health and mental health and emotional health, then I really think we're on the right track. And in a sense, even if the world around us is a threatening place and things are not going so swimmingly out there, I think we have a kind of an inner anchor that can keep us sane, whether it be during the insanity of the pandemic, or whether it be through some of these crazy threats against free speech, such as hate speech laws. We really should return back to basics. And with that little reflection, I wish you a very happy and peaceful new year.